Oh boy, here we go. It's
It's going to be a lot of reading, and it's going to be a lot of just some quality hero play. Let's put it like that, Dara. That's the best way we can probably say. These two are just going to throw out their menus right off the back. There's going to be a game of who can throw out what, who has the better RNG, and potentially who has the better fundamentals with this character.
So, and usually dittos like these, it's really a race to see who is going to be the aggressor and who is going to be playing back a little bit to be able to find all of the buffs for a menu that they need. So at this point, right, I really like this recognition from Sola that Vivi was off stage. They have a bit of time to go through some menu pulls right now. And once you start running low on a little bit of MP, that's when the opponent can start counter-camping you. So resource management in this kind of a matchup and understanding the pace is so important. Oh my, that was so close.
Wow. Nice usage and good reaction time right there from Vivi, paying off right there, but still sitting at 100+%. And still, I mean, one thing to keep in mind is you really want to make sure you have the right tools and know when to set up, as that fair is going to be enough to seal the first stock and give Sola first blood in favor right now. And one thing, yeah, that you mentioned before, he's really knowing... optimizing how to utilize his menu, just knowing when to pull out what, every time he sees that Vivi is nowhere near him or in the offstage predicament, just pull out that menu and see what's there, see what can pay off for you. And right now it seems to just this damage is just continuing to tack on. Hatchet, man.
Yeah, Vivi has just been overly committing to some of these buttons. I love the simultaneous accelerator. Amazing, poetic even. But yeah, it just seems like through most of this game so far, Sola has just been on top of Vivi, just sort of really not giving them a lot of space to be able to work with, and almost always winning the first interaction and sending Vivi off stage. A lot of really good anti-airs from Sola, catching a lot of Vivi's jumps. Something that Vivi really likes doing, especially at mid-range, is playing... oh my. Oh yeah, he's chilling. Oh, he's chilling.
Yeah. I respect the option. I mean, you did see that Vivi was slightly starting to run into it, but good awareness right there, and that's something that Vivi's been it's been paying off for Vivi a lot, that he's just been reacting to almost all the potential kill options, just avoiding anything that could put him in a bad predicament or just increase the deficit more, but still in a bad spot as he sits at 116 off stage, gonna barely get back as the accelerado is enough to bring him back.
Vivi's implementation of side B this game has been so good because that's really been the biggest option that's been winning most of these interactions for him. But Vivi maybe getting a little bit too lost in the sauce off stage, completely running out of MP, and thus not having the ability to whoosh or swoosh to get back on. So really unfortunate for them. And now Sola has all the momentum that they need, a whole stock up right now, a lot of room to work with, and just constantly in Vivi's face.
Yep. It's definitely, like you mentioned before, just paying off right now for Sola. Just the right things are coming out, and just the right options have been being made right now from Sola. As he's going to go for the edge guard, beautiful usage of the upbeat to just put Vivi in a bad spot and tally up a little bit more damage, but still not enough, as Vivi now in stage control, pulling out the oomph and the psych up. So we could be seeing an early stock being taken, but, ooh, down air.
I like the attempt to juggle with up tilt there. Like, Vivi was almost able to get it, but you still have a little bit of mix left in that kind of a situation. Vivi tries to go in with the retreating side B. Might have needed to hold it a little bit longer, but their MP would not have allowed them to do so. So now Vivi needs to find a way to get out of this corner. They don't have access to too many buttons, but an excellent spot dodge on that second punish of F tilt. So good. That was so smart, because I believe that second F tilt would have been safe enough to the point that Vivi wouldn't have had like a true kill punish out of that position. Also, love the ledge slip upbeat, but Vivi was definitely in a good position to zoom away.
Yep, and the right menu options are coming out at the right time, but still the snooze is enough to take the stock and give Sola the upper edge in this game one of what seemed to be, it was a runaway towards the beginning, but it seems like Vivi was starting to find his footing at the end. But you know what, sometimes the right options in the menu come out at the right time, and it paid off right there for Sola as the snooze came in clutch right there.
So I'm trying to think about what Vivi could have done a little bit better, but it seems like as soon as Vivi lost that first interaction in the first game, or in the first stock, excuse me, the tempo and all the momentum has definitely been to Sola's favor. So going into game two, Vivi is definitely committing to menu in some questionable spaces, so I do like the switch to Lucario. This is a matchup where I would say Vivi has a little bit more experience in just by virtue of playing the character hero, and most people don't really have that kind of experience either way with Lucario. So.
Yeah, Lucario is probably the right pick in this situation. You know, the Ditto is never a fun matchup to play, but we've seen what Vivi's Lucario is capable of doing, and when he is down, it doesn't even matter how far down he is, because Lucario with Aura, or just in general, his combo game with the character is so pristine, so crazy good, that, you know, in the blink of an eye, when you think you have a lead, you could just lose it in that second.
I really like the way that Vivi is just playing footsies, with Hero throwing out like an aura sphere here and there, and then just dashing in, dashing out, rolling back, and just trying to get a good sense of how the opponent is going to be moving. Maybe an overly ambitious recovery there. I like the idea, but just going to be putting you into so much lag. Vivi trying to get landing neutral is not going to be able to find it quite yet. And now Vivi, no incentive to really approach, can just confidently sit at center stage, but when an opponent is locked into shield, neutral air is one of the safest buttons in the game to be able to pressure it.
Yeah, right now Sola in a pretty tight spot. You know, he's maintaining center stage, but it seems like Vivi is just taking full advantage. Every time Sola thinks that he has the right option being thrown out, Vivi just takes full advantage with the bait, and now 96% tacked up and then some. Still in a bad predicament as you're sitting at the corner, and still Vivi showing no signs of stopping. Not even going to get a good edge guard there, but still, 110% is still enough.
Missing a low recovery, but wow, sneaking that hitbox. I thought that was Vivi for a second, but then I realized Hero doesn't have any buttons like that can send you like that. So really good reversal from Vivi, but an even better catch. Really just good understanding of Vivi's, you know, willingness to go high there.
Yeah, right now it seems like Vivi has definitely found the answer to this hero, and it's paying off. 17% right off the back in this final stock, and still going in the air, just keeping him in the air as all times, just using any single option that you can. Yeah, Sola's just throwing out too many things right now that's just putting him in a bad predicament and just letting Vivi capitalize so much, and it's paying off right now in this game too, and it seems like Vivi is gonna run away. Ooh, almost.
Vivi is just finding all of these jump-ins. That is the first time that I've seen Sola actually get a punish on neutral of some sort, because Vivi has just been jumping in from mid-range and long-range with a full hop or a short hop neutral, either landing on shield and continuing pressure, or getting the hit and then finding a follow-up out of it. So I would like to see some more preemptive up tilts, or maybe some dash back with punishes on Sola's behalf.
Yeah. It seems like Sola is still trying to find a way to get in. Yep, back air. Not going to do it yet, but still. Bad predicament, and Sola just barely making it back on stage. Still going to be putting him off stage predicament. Sola just really struggling to find his footing right now.
Yeah, but Sola finally fighting the way to get back onto the stage, able to pull menu. This is Psych Up right now. Vivi just needs to be as patient as possible, make sure that they're not fighting the way off of the ledge. What a mix-up. What a mix-up. You actually got bodied. That was cool. That was so cool for Vivi. I love that. Because when you put like a multi-hitting projectile like that, you think to yourself, man, I don't want to get hit by the next option. Maybe I'll try to drop my shield. Maybe I'll try to spot dodge. Maybe I'll try to jump out of it. And then Vivi, or if you just sit there and you're like anticipating like a back hill out of the Aura Sphere, right? Because that's a pretty traditional follow-up. The charge of Aura Sphere into back hill. Vivi just was able to catch them shielding. That was sick. That was so good.
Yeah. Definitely good stuff right there from Vivi. Looking like a whole new player when he made that switch to Lucario, and paid off right there. Sola, I would not be surprised if he stayed with the hero, which he is going to. He's going to stick true and through with the character, and hopefully it pays off this time. You know, he started figuring out some things towards the end, but it seemed like Vivi was just, he knew all the options that he was going to throw at the right place at the right time. And now to start off, Sola will get the first grab. But it seems like, you know, he doesn't want to really try to approach the character. If he has the lead, he's just going to try to charge up what he can, as he's healing himself at 0. I mean, that's new.
So healing yourself at 0 is not that bad of an idea, because it's so, I believe you only get 2 heals per stock, if I'm not mistaken. It actually just takes it off the menu for a little bit. So just getting it out of there will increase the chances of you rolling something else. So, like, once again, Vivi able to get that jump in, able to get those follow-ups, but more importantly, putting Sola into the corner. And that's always where you want to be.
Yeah. Right now, Sola looking really clean. You know, gonna use the snooze, but not gonna get much out of it. Just keeping Lucario at the corner at all times. Just a change of pace right now from both these players. Really just trying to find the way to get in whenever they can do so. But it seems Sola is slightly just
What a catch.
yeah, Sola's just not being afraid to throw out anything right now. The kaboom is enough to seal the stock. Good stuff right there from Sola, looking really clean this game 3.
Ooh, now Vivi anticipating the tech chase though, and able to catch that missed tech that time, but not finding that sweet spot of the F smash quite yet.
Yeah, Sola in a bad predicament right now, but still gonna make it back on stage safely. But Vivi, you know, never want to count out a character like Lucario who can just bring.
You don't want to count out Vivi, period. Vivi cheats.
Yeah.
Vivi as a player cheats, not just Lucario. I have seen Vivi come back from the brink of death whenever he so chooses, and that's why I absolutely love seeing him play. Love that quick little, just like efficiency though from Vivi. Whiffs the 4-liter, doesn't matter, still able to land and charge or his field a little bit longer. And now Vivi just keeping Sola in the corner, them finding the way to get back onto the stage, but not before taking a bunch of damage in the process.
Yes. Sitting at even percentages, basically. Both these players looking really solid. Just both players want to play at center stage at all times, and whenever they find the openings, they will just make sure they get their opponent at the ledge, at the off stage potentially, and just put them in a bad predicament. Sola looking really clean. Oh, I like the option they tried to go for right there. Unfortunate that it was a little bit of a stall right there, that he didn't go for it immediately, but you know, he had the right option, just not the right time.
Vivi just full hopping and waiting for Sola to press a button that they really shouldn't be. And again, just getting away with landing with all of these neutralings. It has been Vivi's consistent landing option, and there it is. That's the August field charge into the back hill. Beautiful stuff from Vivi, being able to close out this stock.
And the right option right there, pulling out the bounce when most needed, because that Aura Spear has been coming in so clutch right now for Vivi. Just utilizing it not only as a spacing tool, but just more of like a, you know, a neutral thing. And right now, still 39% right off the back. Sola really struggling to find a hit. He has Psych Up, and he couldn't just put Vivi in a bad spot, or just even take the stock with.
You just need it once. Yeah, you just need to win one neutral interaction. You just need to find one hit, and then you can close out that stock. Falling with neutral like that, already 45%, evening them up, and now putting Vivi into a nasty spot, catching that really aggressive mash out of the grab. And now Vivi maybe getting a little bit desperate with some of these approaches. Now we're seeing those punishes on those landing neutrals, which, I mean, Vivi has been getting away with all set.
Yep, it's do or die right now for one of these players. One player will be going home. Going for it all right there is Sola, but not going to get punished for it. Good spacing right there. That move is it's just so good. You know, it's more of like a save option, or it's more of like a, you know, if it doesn't work, I'm still safe in a way. Kaboom, not even going to be enough. That MP looking low, but still, it looks like Vivi is able to capitalize and pull through with it as he takes it over Sola, and will move on into, I think he's moving into loser semis. Yeah. He will be playing the winner of Delta Tri. I'm tired. I should stop calling Delta Force, but it's just such a habit already, because that's how I remember him, and that's how I first met him. But it's between Delta, the Link, or Colmar, the Pac-Man.
That's actually going to be kind of exciting. So my experience with watching Colmar has been completely through Wi-Fi, right? I believe Colmar is Hippo Knight, right? That's the same person?
Same person.
Colmar is kind of nutty. They play kind of absurd, and I really think they have some of the most creative and interesting setups with Pac-Man. And there's somebody who I remember over the course of Wi-Fi, they would pop up every few months and win, or like top 8 and make some amazing upsets, and then disappear back into the void. So really happy to be able to see them play at some point today, but it actually looks like we are going to be just jumping into winners finals with Syrup and WebJP. But game